new friends, and friends I've not yet met. Welcome to the Sunday Live Tarot here at That Witch Boy. And I'm just going to wait for a few people to log in. I see I already have two. That is awesome. And I'm looking forward to doing the readings today. I've got my Morgan's Tarot already, my Sunday Tarot, my special Sunday Tarot ready to go. Interesting. Okay, it keeps wanting to talk to me. So we got two cards here. We got, I think I'll make a Buddha there. And we've got the Power card, okay? So what we're saying with these two cards is that today's reading is going to be all about inspiration. The I think I'll make a Buddha card is reaching deep into ourselves and wondering what we can produce from within. You know, it's our own creativity, it's our own spin on things, it's our own view on things. And the Power card is basically giving us the juice to do it, right? So I'm looking forward to today's reading because I'm seeing like some pop, really positive things going on there. So we'll have a look at that today. Hello, Sherry. Hello, happy Sunday to you too. For those of you that don't know, today is actually a witches festival. It is called Lammas or Lunasa, and it is the festival of the first harvest of corn and grain. So today is a great day to celebrate with beer, corn on the cob, you know, fry something up on the Barbie, grill it, and celebrate with food, because that is always the best way to celebrate. I love that. Hello, Susan. Hi, Brucine. Hello. Welcome aboard and welcome to the broadcast. And we will start shortly here. I see I actually have 4 people. That is awesome. And that is good. So I'm just going to talk a little bit, you guys, about how it works. I will be doing a 4 elements reading. I'll be doing the big reading first, and then we're going to do a little talk about some of the other stuff I do, and then I will pull individual cards for everyone in the chat at that time, okay? So just be patient till after the main reading is done. Now, before that happens, I would like to talk to you about how you can get your own reading from me, okay? I do online readings, and they are not live, which means I record them and send them to you for you to consider and contemplate, and you can download them and look at them over and over and over again. So if you just go to thatwitchboy.com, which is my Etsy store, but you can also order readings through there. And all I need from you is one picture, a recent photo that I can focus on for the reading. And that is how you get a reading from me. I do 2 readings. I do the Celtic Cross, which is the biggest, longest reading. And then I do the 4 elements, which is the reading I'm going to do today. So if you want your own personal reading, by all means, please come check me out at thatwitchboy.com. Alrighty, let's dive in, shall we? I'm gonna shuffle up the cards here. I'm actually gonna bridge them because they don't often get bridged. Interesting thing about the Morgan's Tarot, you don't read any of the cards reversed. So you never shuffle the cards so that any of them come up upside down, because there are no reverse readings in Morgan's Tarot, as opposed to a standard deck where the meaning of the card changes depending on whether it's right side up or upside down. Little fun fact for you there. All right, shuffling up the cards, doodly-doo. All right. And let's lay them out. We have air in the east, fire in the south, water in the west, earth in the north, spirit and universe in the center. All right, let's see what we've got going on. In the air quadrant, we have the card of mind, the card of thought, the card of logic. It is our higher brain processing. It is what is most on our mind right now, what we are thinking of. There's a confusion going on here. What's happening? How do these things balance? How do we make it work? How do I juggle all the things that I've got going on in my life? All right. So right now, there's a questioning, a crossroads is what I'm seeing. Like, which way do I go? I have decisions to make, and I don't feel like I have all the information for them. So there's the question of, yeah, I know that I need to pick a direction and go, but I don't have all the information I need to pick that direction. I'm confused. I need more. So the what's happening card is like, what do you want from me? What do you expect from me? I need more data. So the brain is spinning out of control, waiting for more data, and it's not happening. It's not coming. So let's look at our passion then. If we've got confusion in the mind, then if we look at our passion, our drive, our ambition, what's it saying? See, it's saying, try to relax. So our passion knows that you cannot pull the trigger until you have a direction. So in our passion, we're like, just let it go. Let it be. Try to relax until you get the data you need to move forward. Okay. So fortunately, I see you as being very sensible here in this, in that your own instincts are telling you you're not ready yet. Calm it down, relax. You're not ready to pull the trigger. You're not ready to go forward yet. So just take a moment. All right. I'm still seeing that crossroads though. I don't mean to say go forward, because you could be going left, right, and sometimes even back the way you came. So I'm definitely seeing some questions. Hi, Terry. Hello, Terry. Happy Sunday. Now, the water card in the West is our emotions. Okay. And emotions can be very complex, much like the ocean. Okay. There are currents that you can see, currents that are deep beneath the waves. All right. There are still waters, there are choppy waters. And you can get a reading about your life, Ghost Fighter. If you go to thatwitchboy.com and order a reading from there, that you get a whole reading about your life. But if you stick around, I'll pull a card for you after this reading. So, our emotional card for today, we get the down home funk. Okay, we're staying close to home today. We're not chasing waterfalls. We are sticking to the rivers and the lakes that we're used to quote the song. We are staying in our comfort zone today. We're not taking emotional risks. We're kind of no, I don't see stress or caution. I just see we're tired. We're not burnt out. We're like, no, no, I'm going to take it easy today. I mean, it is Sunday after all, right? And a lot of people are geared to take Sunday off. And that there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's really good emotionally to recharge, all right? Even if nothing particularly big has happened to you emotionally, why not take the time to recharge so that you have more emotional resources for whatever might come up in the future? So the down home funk card is telling us to just relax and be at ease in our circumstances, in our comfort zone. Just be, let it happen the way it's meant to happen. You don't need to be putting out any energy in there. So interestingly, that emotion and passion are both telling us, hey, calm it down, relax. Take it easy. But it's our minds that are going, but I need more. I need information. I need. I can't make a decision until I get this. So it's funny, sometimes what we've been taught, which is a lot of the stuff that goes into our rational mind, okay? The things we've learned are the things that tell us you should be doing this, okay? But our instincts and our emotions are not learned. They are instinct to us. We are born with them. And those are saying, you don't need to do anything. Calm down. In this instance, absolutely listen to your passion, listen to your emotions. You're like, I feel like I don't need to do anything. So why is my brain telling me, well, you got to get up and make things happen. You got to get that information. You got to go, you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision. No, brain, take it easy. Calm down. You just sit down and have a beer, brain, okay? Now let's look at Earth in the north, which is your physical environment and the world around you, okay? What's going on with your environment? Wordless, okay? Again, that concept of no data is forthcoming. And you know what? There's a piece to this card, okay? If there's no data coming in, then there are no items to be actioned. There is no action to be taken. The wordless page is blank because it's up to you to fill it in, and or not, as you choose, okay? This is entirely your decision. To interact with your environment, to choose which direction to go, is up to you. And it is not time sensitive. The wordless page is for you to fill in when you are good and ready to do so. Okay. So when you look around your environment and your physical self and the physical, tangible things around you, realize that you interact with them at your own pace. And even though your brain might be saying, well, you got to keep up the pace, realize that you should be asking your brain, and what pace would that be? Why do I feel so darn determined to make things happen or move forward when everything else is telling me there's no reason to? Sometimes our society, well, here in North America, is very, very achievement and progress and productivity driven. And we forget sometimes that not every day has to be an achievement. Okay. That's advice I'm giving to myself as well, because I get in that mode too. I'm like, I didn't do anything today. Like, oh no, what a freaking nightmare. You didn't do anything for a whole day. Oh my God. Don't worry about stuff like that. Okay. Let's look at spirit. This is you looking at yourself. Okay. It's kind of like your inner you looking in the mirror and seeing what you really are to yourself. Interesting. Another blank card. Okay, the circle is perfect. It has no ending, it has no beginning. It has an inside and an outside, and both are blank because it's up to you to decide what goes in there and what goes outside there. The circle of your trust, the circle of your spirit is for you to decide. If you're feeling blank today, if you're feeling like, no, I don't feel anything in particular, I have no particular motivation, fine, good. Let that be. Let that happen. Absolutely do that. You do not have to be constantly in motion. A circle can be a wheel if it's in motion, but it can also just be a circle. It can also just be. And I like this for the spirit card because it means that your spirit is recognizing that today might just be a day to float. Just float down the river. Let it happen. So let's look at the universe card, which is the universe looking at you. Okay, so it's what you look like from the outside, what other people are seeing. Think about it for a while. Even the people around you are saying, hey, chill, calm down, relax, let it be. You do not have to be running when you could be walking. You're in no hurry. You don't need to get there. What is the point of driving your car at 50 miles an hour only to get to the next red light? Take your time. You're gonna get there eventually. What's the rush? Literally, what is the rush? Why would you rush if you don't have to? And your whole brain is going, but don't I have to? Hang on, I'm looking for more information that says I have to, and yet nothing's coming up. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? The brain is thirsty today. The mind is going, I need stimulation. I need stimulation. Like, no, you don't. Practice Zen today. Practice no, I don't need this today. I'm going to relax. This is a great Sunday reading. I'm very, very pleased with this. It is like, yes, please, let's do that. Let's do nothing together, or let's do nothing alone. The point is, we're going to let this day unfold the way it should. And this might carry on into the week as well. So think of it as a perfectly calm, clear day, weather-wise, in your soul, okay? And let that continue. I keep using the word let, because the mind is trying to control things. Don't control. Let things happen without you doing it. Let things happen to you. Let things happen around you. Release and let it happen. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of the reading here. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the other stuff I do. So apart from tarot reading, I also make magical items and sundries, okay, on my shop, my Etsy shop, which is thatwitchboy.com. So I'm just going to throw that banner up right now. Boop, there we go. Thatwitchboy.com is where you can buy all your authentic Witch Boy makings, the things that I've made, the crafts that I've made. One of my favorites, and I always talk about this little guy here, is the cauldron candle. Okay, so it's a solid cast iron cauldron with a hand-poured beeswax candle inside. And in the beeswax is a semi-precious stone. And each stone that is in there has a different property. So each cauldron candle comes with one stone, okay, and that stone has its own special property, and you get a little guide with the purchase of each cauldron candle that tells you what your stone does. And somewhere around here is the little lid that I have. Look at this. Ta-da! Little hat. So the great thing about these cauldron candles is that when the candle's done, and it takes about 9 hours to burn down, you still have a cute little container to hold things in. Or you can refill it with another candle, or you can even just put a votive candle in there and have it be a candle dish. Marvelous stuff. The next thing I've got is mojo bags, you guys. And these are like a little spell in a bag that each of them has a different effect. So this one is motivation and manifestation. And in here I have cinnamon, and I've got coffee, and I've got beeswax, and I have a semi-precious stone, and the smell. Oh, I mean, that itself is motivating. I've got orange peel in there. Like, I have herbs and magic in here. And each one of these not only just has the herbs, the stone, the beeswax, it has candy to sweeten the spell, and it actually has a magic spell put on it by me to ensure potency and the magic of motivation. Okay, so you're actually buying a spell in a bag. Alrighty. And then finally, we come to spell bottles. All right. A spell bottle is like a battery of energy. Okay. It's like a spell in a bottle, just like the Mojo bag is a spell in a bag, but they're a little more attractive. Like you can put them on a window or whatever, you know. This one is the Beltane bottle, which is the energy of the bonfire of the first rites of spring. It is like new beginnings. It is renewal. It is refreshment, right? And you keep this with you. See, it looks like a little fire in there with the yellow and the orange and the whatnot. And it will keep you going or help inspire you when you're flagging with your inspiration. It's a rejuvenating and it's an energizer. Okay. So you want to have this with you. And of course, they all come with a little blessing inside here. There we go. Little blessing, and then a description of what it does. So, I mean, and even if you're not into the whole magic thing, they're beautifully decorative. Again, they're at thatwitchboy.com. Okay, so let's dive into the individual readings, which is always kind of like my favorite part. Hi, Christina. How you doing? Hi, June. What's going on? And so we're going to do single readings for everybody that's in the chat right now. So it looks like we got about 6 people. Let us begin with Sherry. Hi, Sherry. She was there on the dot at 3 p.m. So let's see what's going on in Sherry's life. Last week, Sherry got the Freak card, which is all about individuality and creativity. And I found that very, very cool. So let's see what you get this week, Sherry. Cutting the deck, gonna pull up a card for you. The wheel, okay, which is funny because I just talked about that in the previous reading. The wheel is a cycle in motion, but it does not imply that there's a particular direction. Hello, Leanna, how are you? The wheel it can be going through the motions, but it can also be trucking along, no problems, okay? The wheel is a cycle, and the cycle is continuing, and this has no particular flavor to it. So it's not a bad cycle. It's not a good cycle. Things are just happening. Your life is not stagnant right now. There is energy there. There is energy that you are using and you are moving forward with it. And you're perfectly fine with that. It is what it is for you. Okay. The cycle that's happening is completely acceptable to you. It's like, yeah, okay, here we go. Chug, chug, chug. Nothing different is happening that is causing you to put the brakes on and go, wait, what's happening? You're like, no, this is all pretty standard, moving along, which is good because like a river, when the water is flowing, it's clear. It's when the river is blocked that it turns stagnant. The wheel card, which could also be a water wheel, is keeping things moving. All right. And that keeps the energy flowing and keeps the energy clear. So, all right, let's go to Brucine. Hello, Brucine. We will see what Brucine's got going on with her this week. And I'm going to cut the cards. Going to replace them. Doodly-doo. And okay, going to cut for Brucine. And what we've got is drug drag. Brucine, you may have been overdoing it a little bit lately. The heat might be getting to you, right? Because I see your energy being sapped. I see you going, oh my God, I can't. I just like it's too much right now. I see you as feeling drained. I see you as feeling like, okay, I overdid it, and now I have to recuperate. Okay, so get a nice cool beverage. Get yourself in front of a fan. You know, I say that because it's it's hot here in Calgary, and like cool down and enjoy. But absolutely, let things flow around you. You don't have to do anything today. You don't have to go anywhere today if you don't want to. Let your energy refill. Enjoy yourself. Don't commit to things that you don't want to do. Don't think, oh, well, I should or I better. No, because that can be draining, okay? Let your reserves of energy fill up again. Right now, you're an empty well, and you need your water to fill up and come back, okay? You need that battery recharged, all righty? So let's look at Susan. Hello, Susan. I was over at Sherry's yesterday and I saw Susan's high school yearbook, and it's from the 80s, right? So, I mean, Susan, you had such a great 80s look. I was entranced. I was really enjoying it. So I'm sure Sherry will tell you all about that later, but I just really, really enjoyed it. So let's have a look here for Susan. Ooh, okay. The war has reached a critical point between Atlantis and Mu. You are experiencing conflict and arguments. It feels like somebody is blocking you at every turn, and it's frustrating. You're like, I am trying to do this. I am trying to do this one thing. And why are you always, always, always on my case about this? There's a battle going on for the direction in which you should be going. And you don't have a partner in this. Like people are opposing you, and it's like, I am so frustrated. I am so tired. Everything I suggest, people say no to. I get no, no, no everywhere I turn, and I'm just trying to accomplish something, and it's just very, very frustrating. So be careful about wars. Like, I mean, see, we've got like nuclear explosions, we've got sparkles, we've got lightning. The best thing you can do if there's a constant battle for dominance, for lack of a better term, a constant battle for achievement, is stop. Withdraw your energy. Don't add energy. Don't try to make it better. Don't try to solve it. Just stop. Step back and breathe. If you withdraw energy from this conflict, nobody's going to carry on a conflict one-sided, okay? Just don't engage. Don't add energy to it. Don't put yourself in the situation. Withdraw from the situation, okay? And breathe. You know, it is okay to not get things done on the schedule you thought you had to get them done by. It's like, if it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. And pushing is obviously not going to work for you this time. So yeah, you're having this conflict, and just step back away from it. Take your energy out of it. Don't force it. I'm glad this was timely and accurate for you, Susan. But yeah, that's my advice. Like, no, it's so chaotic right now. Like, nope, nope, just step away. Step away. And you don't have to step away like, well, screw you then. It's just literally stepping back, going, okay, all right, we've had our discussion. I'm done. And the other side of it may want to continue the conflict. And this is the thing. They'll try to draw you back in. Don't let them. Okay? No, 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 no. Let them be calm. Let them be quiet. Okay? Or rather, let yourself be calm and quiet, and eventually they'll realize you're not taking the bait, and they will let you be. All right, who we got next? We have Terry. Hi, Terry. Let me go ahead and pull a card for you. Doodly-doo, boodly-doo. Terry's card is think about it for a while. Terry, you've got a lot of stuff going on, I think. You're an organizer, I think, for a lot of things. Like, you've got schedules, you've got appointments to keep, you've got things that you need to be on top of. Stop moving forward right now and take a moment. Write things down. Like, if you can see it on paper, it may actually reveal something to you about how you need to prioritize or organize this. Because I think you have a system, and that has worked well for you and fine. But the suggestion I'm getting from this card is that you rethink your approach. Like, take a step back and write it down and see what it looks like on paper and go, okay, maybe I should be doing this in a different order. Because sometimes it costs us less energy to do things in a certain order than it does to just do them the way we've been doing them, whatever. Like, for example, for me, if I have to leave my house to do errands, I actually pre-plan the errands. So I have to make one big trip and then come home, as opposed to making a bunch of little trips. That kind of thing. That's the idea I'm sort of bringing forward here. Use less energy to do the same amount of work. And you might find that you get rewarded by having more energy at the end of the day for the fun stuff. So that's your card for today. Terry says, I was literally just making a to-do list. Hilarious. You guys, that sends shivers up my spine when stuff like that happens. It's like, this is awesome. I am very, very glad that I seem to be dialed into what you're doing. And I'm very glad that it is timely for you. Brucine says, another dead-on reading. And I'm like, fantastic. I am very, very happy. Oh, go ahead on, the deck says to me. The deck says, yeah, go ahead. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, deck, I will. What good advice the deck is giving me. So who is next after Terry? We've got Ghost Fighter. Don't know if Ghost Fighter's still here, but I'm going to pull a card for you anyway. You wanted a reading about your life? Well, here it comes. Ghost Fighter, for those of you that maybe can't see them, is on YouTube. And I know that the Facebook people can't always see what's on YouTube. So let's have a quick peeky here at the Ghost Fighter, reading about your life. What's going on? Eternal bliss. Eternal bliss is a state of being in which you are not conscious of being. You are literally not thinking about every moment of every day. You are existing. And in this instance, it is blissful because it's like, no, I am drifting. I am radiant. I am letting things happen, which is like pretty much the whole advice I'm getting today for the energy of today. And you're doing it right, basically, is what I'm seeing from this. The way you're doing things right now is the correct path for you, okay? The Eternal Bliss card is about accepting the messages from the universe that come into you and just letting them happen in their own way. All you need to do is just drift on down the river, okay? Let it carry you. Let your circumstances dictate your actions in this case, as opposed to the other way around. You're doing it right. You're doing good stuff here. What am I dropping here? All righty. So who's next? Mama June. Hello, June. All right. Let's see what's going on with you. Yeah. Okay. And then I've got Mary Kearney. Okay. Mary, I will get to you. I'm just doing June right now. Mary June. Gonna cut up the cards just a little bit here. Replace them. Okay, Mary June's card for today is awake, like wake up. June, there's something going on nearby you that you haven't noticed, that you haven't seen. There's an energy creeping up on you that is going to surprise you unless you like snap out of it and just realize what's really happening. There's an illusion being passed on you, being perpetrated on you that is not reality. Okay, you need to click your vision over into your truth vision, your true seeing vision, and be like, wait a minute, what is this really? Like someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. A situation that is near you is not the situation you've been told it is, but you can see it. You just need to take a minute and go, wait a minute. I know what I was told, but what have I actually seen happen? And that is the thing that the alarm clock here is telling you. It's like, no, quick, before it happens, wake up. And before you commit, okay, realize that what you've been told is not what you've been shown. Judge actions, not words. Judge situations, not descriptions of the situation, okay? That's what I'm seeing for you, June. And let's see who is next after June. Leanna. Hi, Leanna. How are you? Let's have a look at what's going on with you. This is my favorite part of the reading. I love reading people. Okay, there we go. Yes, I know. My CD drops in September, so it'll be available in stores. Just kidding. All right, heavy. Okay, Leanna, you have a lot weighing on your mind. You have a lot of weight on your back. It's not just what you're thinking, it's the workload that has been placed on you. I see you humped over under the weight of responsibilities and the weight of people asking you to do stuff for them. And you've said yes, and you've said yes, and you've said yes. You need to stop. You need to stop saying yes, because right now you have more than you can handle. And you've already committed to it. In fact, you've overcommitted. So, Leanna, just, okay, you're going to have to get this done because you've already committed to it, but don't take anything else on right now. Learn to say no. You can say politely, no, thank you, or I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. No problem, okay? Don't be afraid of your own power to say no. You have boundaries. You can draw those boundaries and say, sorry, you guys, I can only do this much and no more. Don't fall into habits, because I sense that you have a bit of a habit of people pleasing here, and you're going to crush yourself under the weight if you don't stop doing that. Okay, so have some healthy boundaries. Learn that saying no is not insulting. It's not horrible. It's not confrontational. It's just like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And no problem, like no one's going to freak out at you because you said no. And if they do, my goodness, they're not someone you want in your life. But learn to say no. Okay, learn to not accept someone else's burden. All righty. Oh, we got new comments here. Oh, and then, oh, hi, Leanna. Okay, let me see. I have to scroll back, you guys, because I miss people sometimes and I get yelled at. So let's have a look here. Okay, so we've got Mary Kearney, and she looks like she's my last reading for today. So if I've missed you, like, comment, like, quickly, in case I missed your name. So Michael is like, I'm new. Can you tell me, is the man I love, but not with at the moment, going to be with me soon? Or what is going to happen and what's going on with him? Well, Mary, this is like a one card reading. Okay. So it's going to be very, very generic. All right. But if you do want to book a full reading with me, you go to thatwitchboy.com and you can book a whole reading with me. So I'm just going to put that up again, thatwitchboy.com. Boop. That is how you book readings with me. I do the reading I just did, like the 4 elements reading, and I do the Celtic Cross reading. So by all means, hit me up if you want an in-depth reading about what's happening in your life. But today we're just doing the one card. Okay, we're doing a little freebie. So let's have a look here at Mary, Mary's life, Mary's love interest. What's going on with Mary? Oh, okay, you're in for a shock. All right. Boo. This guy, not what you think he is. He is not what you perceive, okay? And if you were to see him in his own element without you around, you would be very surprised by who he is, okay? He is not who he appears to be. The boo card is a shock card. It is saying, you didn't see this. It was right in front of you, and it just leaped out at you. It just like, boo, it was in your face, right? And it was not what you expected at all. And in a negative way, like, no, this isn't a surprise and delight kind of unexpected surprise. This is an, oh my God, kind of unexpected surprise. This is not the dude. You do not want this guy. Like, you love what you think he is, but he is not that. Okay. I would say let this one go. That's my advice based on one card. Okay. If you want more in-depth, more reading, then by all means hit me up at thatwitchboy.com. I am more than happy to do a full reading for you. All right. Leanna, thank you very much. I'm glad your reading was perfect. Good, good, good. I do like to give people advice, good advice from the cards when I can. You know, and I'm sorry, Mary, that your advice wasn't like happy advice, but it's caution, right? The deck, to me, tarot cards always say what you need to hear more than what you want to hear. Okay. Oh, wow. A question. I've never been asked a question before. Susan asks, Michael, what inspired you to get into tarot and witchery? Sorry if that's not the proper terminology. Sure it is. That's great terminology. Witchery. I love it. I don't know why. When I was 13, I read a book. And the book was called Stars, Spells, Secrets, and Sorcery by Barbara Hayslip. And it was just all about all the little superstitions, a little bit about the history of them, and like just a little taste of all these different esoteric things like numerology and tarot and handwriting analysis and the the power of alphabets and numbers and all these, just a little taste of all these little occult things. It was kind of like a broad introduction to the occult. And I read this book and I went, this is for me. I feel a strong pull towards this. So I wanted tarot cards before I even really knew what they were. And I actually got my grandmother to take me shopping for tarot cards, because this is back in the days before the internet. I didn't know where you bought tarot cards. And so she got me a deck in a bookstore. And I took out the little booklet that comes with them and I memorized what all the cards mean. And from about the ages of 13 to 19, I was reading with the little book and giving people readings out of the book. And then at 19, I started to see pictures in my head. I started to see other things. My mouth started just running away with words that I didn't necessarily see in the card, but just felt. And my readings suddenly focused in and became much more accurate. Also at that time, I had a friend that was teaching witchcraft, and I had felt very, very strongly that that was something I wanted to learn. And the more I learned, the more I'm like, yes, this is my thing. For those of you that don't know, witchcraft is a very nature-oriented, I like to say kind of a hippie belief system, you know, the idea of the interconnectedness of all living things, right? And yeah, the belief in magic, the belief that your will can change the world around you. You can actually alter the course of events with your attitude. And some people call that casting a spell. Some people call that praying, prayer. But I believe very strongly in it that we can shape our own destiny. And to some extent, even the destiny of others, but always if they're willing, always get permission before you go messing around with other people's energy. I'm just going to say that there. But yeah, so I've always been interested in it, but really felt a call to it about when I turned 13, Susan. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah, a lot of people that I speak to that are into the occult or anything esoteric, be it astrology, tarot, herbs, whatever, they feel a pull. There's an instinct. It's a desire. And I'll tell you guys this, I met so many people during COVID, and by met, I mean mostly online, that were seeking something because COVID, had changed their view, had changed their life, and they were looking for something deeper, something more meaningful. And I found that people were turning towards these earth, pagan religion, nature first, deeper things like that. And thank you, Susan. She says you definitely have a calling to it. I do. I do. It's a gift that I have, but it's also a muscle that I work out. Okay. And I will say this for anyone that is interested, you can do this. It is in you to do. Everyone has their own little frequency, their own vibration. Like for me, it's tarot, and being an empath, like I resonate very strongly with other people's emotions to the point where I can practically read them on sight, that kind of thing. But everyone has their own gift. Okay, everybody does. Absolutely everybody. You may not have discovered it yet, but you absolutely have one. So I'm going to draw a tools card for everybody today. I'm going to draw an advice card for everyone in the reading. And the advice the deck wants to give you, if I can shuffle, is tomato, potato, eggplant. What this card means is this. The tomato, the potato, and the eggplant are all species of nightshade, which was once considered to be poisonous. And now these foods are staples of our diet. So our attitude towards them changed when we discovered they were actually beneficial and not what we had been taught. We'd been taught to fear something that did not need to be feared. It's like, oh, it's deadly nightshade. It's like, no, it's a species of it, but it is not in itself deadly. I mean, if I had to give up potatoes, you guys, like, oh my goodness, can you imagine? No, I would not. So what this is saying is challenge your preconceived notions about things that you've been told are one thing. Use your own judgment to decide what they are. People might say, for example, oh, this movie sucks. I'm like, well, maybe to them it did, but that's not your reality. You might want to go see that movie. People might say, this is bad for you. And it's like, yeah, what are you basing that on? I want to find out for myself. That's what this card is saying. Find out for yourself. Find out what the reality is for yourself, because your reality is not necessarily someone else's reality, So that's the advice you've got for this week. And I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming out today. It really feeds me, you guys. This energy is amazing. I am so glad we can share this with each other. I'm glad we can have our little online circle here and share our readings with each other. So I would like to thank you so much. Once again, I'm just going to put up a banner here. If you go to Linktree/ThatWitchBoy, it is everything. It's my store. It's my t-shirt shop. If you feel like tipping me for the reading today, it's even got my PayPal in there. It's all there, you guys. I would like to thank you so much for joining today. And I'd like to wish you all blessed be and happy Lammas. Thank you.